this what if. I'm not sure if you guys like it. I'm gonna push back this fan. I have a weird setup in the back of me with my fan because I get hot quick. I'm trying to cut out some background audio, so the fan may sound maybe less loud, maybe louder since I usually keep the fan far away, but it was too far away, so I had to put on 2, and 2 makes it really loud, so I had to experiment around, move it some distance. That maybe last video was too loud because it was really close to me, so sorry about that. I'll probably re-listen to the audio, but yeah, it is currently 2 in the morning. Amazing. I don't get much sleep. And we're going to start this off with the class of the Frenchers of the Magic Night School, where Deku's walking in. As you would see, all kinds of people looking at their level. As you notice, most of them are not too under 30, and most of them are 30. And that's when he looks at the requirements on the paper. Whenever he looks at it from far away, come out saying requirements around 30 to 20. So you think that All Might lied to me in Izawa? So you think, saying that he probably didn't want me to get cocky that I was already at that level. But I wouldn't, because I don't really deserve the power, you could say. Since I cheated away of the system, automatically becoming a level 20. As Deku would fall down whenever he's in train of slot, as he says, "What?" whenever he's floating in the air. As you look aside of him, seeing a girl, he can tell by her class that she is not a night class, so she doesn't gain much physical ability from leveling up. Since, judging by your class, you gain certain attributes like magic, like more mana and all that. Deku's original class would have been originally Assassin, but from getting, you know, the Holy Sword of sorts, he gained a sort of even type abilities. So he doesn't necessarily gain more speed or more mana. He gains like the max amount, so he just levels up faster and becomes stronger with it. Pretty much be cheating the system. And you say to her, "Thank you, and my name is Zuko. Just call me a Zuko. Most people call me Deku where I'm from." She'd say yes, shaking her hand. He can definitely tell from her clothes as he thinks she must be noble. Maybe I shouldn't shake her hand. Most nobles don't like commoners. Deku can be clearly seen as a commoner, judging by his clothes, and he'd get disgusted looks from other people. Uraraka Saito saying she's Uraraka Chaco. Nice to meet you. And you say likewise, and would say good luck, both of them, walking off, away from each other. As Deku Bakugo would be walking as people would look at him, saying, "Isn't that him? His last name's Bakugo, right? And yeah, isn't that from one of those knights? He's like level 200, isn't he? That's really high. Most magic knights are around 100. He's twice your level, and regular knights are only level 50. So he must be strong, and he's a very high noble. Can't believe it." This Bakugo would look at Deku, spitting at his feet. With Deku pretty much dodging it, as he would use lightning step to flash in front of him as he looked back at Bakugo, seeing his level being at 50 and his too. with him having a yellow tag on him, as he would have walked into a place with it being set up saying that they're going to be fighting magic images, saying that they're holograms of magic, but they can do physical damage. So they're not really real, but they are quite strong. So don't underestimate them. Saying that they're going to be 4 of them. One of them would be, number 3 pointers would be orcs. And they would say orcs. Most orcs are level 20, so there's usually multiple people on a team if they fight them. Like around level 10s, and that would be hard for them, and it'll be a battle. And normally they would have a higher ranking person, level 30 on their team, just in case if they get jumped by multiple, and if they run into a high ranking orc. Number 2s would be, I would say, 2 pointers would be wolves, and 1 pointers would be metal slimes. Metal slimes, even though they don't do quite much damage, but they are very hard to destroy. These would be small ones. Of course, not the gigantic ones that normally show up are very rare. So they don't have to throw gigantic moves to break them. Instead, it'll take a few shots to destroy them. It may have large defense and it is a 1-pointer, but its attacks are just too weak. And then the 4-pointers, we won't specify what they are, but they're just obstacles, so don't, or 0-pointers, don't even bother with them. They're just there to distract you. And so they'd be pushed off, with them being shown in front of a gate. So they would see the wizard being the great stone wizard, known as Stoner. Stoner being Cementos. So he would have opened up the gates, telling them to go off, with this being a forest brought to you by the Tree Man, Kamui Woods. So they would be going through. Bakugo would be on a different side. They were kind of split up by rankings. So there would be the highest people would be like Bakugo, and Deku would be put with the weaker people. So if anybody's in trouble, they would save them. Deku would be running through, since he would be aiming for any one of them. As his holy blade, which people see him able to cut down through the iron slugs, or iron slimes, very easy, cutting right through them if he adds mana to the blade. So he'd be flying through them, as the nobles are saying, I'm not going to lose to some commoner, throwing all their strongest attacks. As Deku, they would call it stealing their kills, but Deku doesn't really notice their attacks. Being level 10 and maybe 1 level 20, which would be be able to shoot the level of Deku's beginner lightning lance. But something does catch his eye, seeing somebody use ice magic. Ice magic, it is rare for somebody to see it, and there was never nobody with a gray level or a common level ice magic. As you look over, seeing a person with a gold and red tag of magic, being a multi-type, which is rare. The gold one, or the legendary, being fire, and the epic would be ice. This Deku would be running through this area. until it would be about time for them to release the dragon. These are wyverns. They're not dragons, they're wyverns. I would say they would have a total of 4. A water wyvern, a lightning one, a fire, and a, what was it I was going to pick? Fire, lightning, wind one. With Todoroki, there are split up into 4 areas being released. Todoroki against the ice, Bakugo against the, what was it? The wind. Wait, ice going against Todoroki, wind going against Bakugo. And there's somebody on the other team that somebody sees somebody fly up to the dragons with their heel looking over, seeing his level being level 70, which would shock him, reading his name and his race, being a new race that many people don't know about, being a Dragonborn, being a sort of a humanoid dragon, but he is mixed with human. Reading out, he's 25% dragon, 75% human. He's a descendant of a rock dragon. His name is Kirishima. So he would punch it. As he would beat down this wyvern, calling him a fake dragon, yelling it out, saying, "I am the Manliest!" Punching it down, defeating it. The wyvern being a level 50. So he would de-transform as Deku sees him drop 20 levels, or 25 levels, being level 45. As Deku says, "I should show off a bit," as people would see him kind of get in the crouching stance. So he put his blades to his side. So he would activate his blades, getting him an extra 15 levels. Activating his legs, gaining him 5. So, what was it? He's level 15. 65, 70. Then turning on to Assassin's Path. I forgot what it's called, but I'll say it's Assassin's Path, which would put him at level 80 for a second. Since he would rocket upwards, able to fly his way through the sky or jump through it, driving his blade through the whole thing. As he would get above the wyvern, as he would kick off, as he would fly down towards it, being the lightning one. So he'd shoot lightning to it, towards Deku, but Deku would breathe. As he would breathe in, as he activates Lightning Emperor's unique ability, known as Element King, with them being non-affected by the lightning elements, with the Proctor seeing him kind of just breathe it in, like if it was some kind of refreshment, like something smells good. So you'd fly through it, gathering its own lightning against it, and Deku would stab into it, as he would use its own lightning against it, saying, "Lightning lances falling from the heavens," gathering up and shooting it straight through the head. And they say pull up his level now, with him being at level 80. With them putting away his blades, making them disappear. And they say, "Aren't those the holy blades from All Night?" I'll say everybody in there would know about his stuff, about how his blade works, and his level will drop to level 50. He'll cut to Todoroki being level 55, Bakugo being 50, and Kirishima being 45. And they would pretty much go over some stuff about her. But Deku would go home. After he thinks about how Kirishima's a dragon, and he figures out, oh yeah, I didn't notice that they were giving their races. As Deku would look in his, as one of his would be blanked out with 50%. So yeah, as he would wonder that, is he even human for a second, seeing it. As he would think about it, how the stories of his great-grandfather being like a demon and all that would put oppression on his mind, that he's a monster of some sorts. As he would be going through this in his head, but you kind of discard it whenever he goes to All Might talking about it. How he can read people's race, as he talks about that kid Kirishima, with him knowing his name. How he was a dragonborn, being 75% human, 25% dragon, or part dragon. And he tells All Might that on his race it says that he's 50% human, something else that's blanked out. And it can't really pinpoint it, or pinpoint it, telling All Might this. But you'd say, it's okay, my boy. It's nothing like you think. You're not your grandfather or great-grandfather. So no point of worrying. And Deku would say, yeah, you were chosen by the sword. And so, Deku would feel okay after that. With All Might patting my back, saying to laugh, as All Might would go laughing, ha 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 ha, and Deku would too. As he would be put into the class, the advanced classes, with him being surrounded by many nobles, with everybody from class 1A being there. I would say Froppy. I would say I'll change up her ability. She is from the Beast Nobles, and she would be, I would say, the granddaughter of the Great Eight. With him being older than All Might, and he being like grandfather's age. And he's noble, but he kind of just left the family to his son. Other great names, known as the Spitzer nobles, being Idas. Kirishima not being a noble, but him being a commoner like Deku. And they would kind of click, I would say, in the first day, meeting each other in conversation between them. With them giving, they don't really have any dress code, or no, they would have like a dress code, and so everybody would be talking, and Kirishima and Deku would be, because they click, and Baki would be fuming. As Deku asks about his dragon side, which would confuse Kirishima, saying, so you must be a smart person. Normally some people just think I have, like, dragon, like magic, like using it to make myself look like a dragon. But you're the first person to think exactly like I'm a dragonborn, or part dragon. With him laughing, and Deku would too, thinking, I should worry about that later. I want nobody knowing that I can literally know anything about somebody, or their power, and all that. And so, Deku would have been waiting, and he would see his master walk in, seeing Aizawa, which he would say out loud. As people would look at him, as Aizawa would say, hush up, Izuku, I forgot to tell you that I'm gonna be a teacher here. As he would throw a blade towards Deku, which Deku would grab out the air, and would have threw it back into the wall. Or as I would pick it up and put it away. Explaining what's going on. Where they would be told that they have to train. Training in their magic. With them going to be able to test their special magic abilities. Each one by one. And learning how they use it. And seeing their physical level. And so I go through. Right now they're doing it without magic. And then with magic, if they have any enhancement ones. So some of the people would sit out. I would say Todoroki would not sit out, or I'll say Todoroki is not like normal mages where they're weak and they can't really run around and all that quickly. But Todoroki is nothing like somebody using a sword or anything like that. Momo would sit out, and Asuro, or the pink girl, you know, the alien one. And anybody like the sugar dude would stay in, and Mineta would stay out. In this one, the tape dude and Mineta are cousins. With their special magic being like trap magic, being able to stop their opponents. With Soros or the tape dude being able to pull together their opponents and crush them, sort of. And I would say Mineta's would be restricting limb movements. So yeah, and it would be Deku. They would see that Deku would be able to push forward in speed without using magic. Bulky would not really have any speed magic, just launching himself forward. As Deku would put his legs forward, as he would activate his use Lightning Emperor boots. So he would stand, putting his legs together, activating Lightning Step, the Amplify Speed, as he would be able to blitz them with that. Oh yeah, the great kicking, or like speed one. No, he wouldn't speed blitz him, but he would match with Ida. Surprising some people, since Ida is supposed to be from like a noble family known for their speed. So they would match. As Deku would be smiling from doing this. As the test would go on physical strength, Deku wouldn't be the strongest. I would give that title to the Sugar Guy. No, I'll give it to Kirishima. Physical strength, he goes first, from having Dragon Blood. Dragon Blood in their bodies makes them much stronger than normal people right off the bat, giving them the edge on that, and also increase in their magic capability, like how large their mana is, and all that. While humans are more like, you could say, a balanced type. They don't really excel at anything except their technology and all that, and their skill. That's what they're known for. And so it would be the magic test. Uraraka would come up. Uraraka in this one would be a half-elf. Half-elves being that her magic would be assisted of gravity magic. With her both having increased magic and or increase and decrease gravity. Being 0 gravity, not quite like 20 times multiply. I'll limit her to 5 to 10. Being hers, since she is half elf, I would say Momo and her magic, she would be one of the highest ranking. She would be the daughter of the Duke, meaning the brother, or like the little brother usually, of the king, daughter. Duke being the higher ranking, you know, noble and all that. So yeah. So she would have been like treated better than most people. Her magic being very strong since she's a noble, and let me think, what should her magic change? I would say, think of it's like, what is the name? You know, from Fate Stay Night. The dude that can make a whole bunch of weapons. Think of hers as like that, and she can move weapons and fling them around. So yeah. But after getting all their stuff analyzed, they would be told that they're gonna go on a sort of sparring 2 versus 2 in a match tomorrow, and that their teacher would be all night, warning them that ahead of time. But this is sadly where I'm gonna stop, so peace out, my dudes.